Have you ever reached out to someone you cared about and been met with silence? You send a message, hoping for a reply that never comes. She's online, posting updates but ignoring you. That updates with a hollow feeling in your chest is all too familiar. It's a blow to your confidence, leaving you to second-guess every interaction. Did you come on too strong? Was it something you said? The doubt creeps in, replacing all other emotions, an endless loop. But here's the truth you need to hear. This silence isn't about you. It's about her. And in this moment, you have an opportunity not to fix her response, but to reclaim your power. Stoicism teaches us that the only things truly within our control are our thoughts and actions. When someone ignores you, it's easy to let emotions take over, to feel rejected or unworthy. But these feelings come from attaching your happiness to external validation. The Stoics knew this was a recipe for misery. Instead, they taught the value of emotional discipline, the art of standing firm in your self-worth, regardless of how others behave. Let's be honest, being ignored hurts. It's natural to feel disappointed when someone you care about doesn't respond. But pain isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. When you sit with it, instead of reacting impulsively, you create space to grow. This is where the Stoic mindset shines. Marcus Aurelius reminds us in Meditations to focus on what lies within our power. Can you make her reply? No, but you can control how you respond to the silence. Silence tests you. It's not an accident. People, consciously or not, often gauge how you'll react when they withhold attention. Will you crumble? Will you chase? Or will you remain steady, showing that your sense of self doesn't depend on anyone else? When you react emotionally, you hand over your power. You let someone else dictate how you feel about yourself. But when you stay composed, you show strength. You prove to yourself that your value isn't tied to another person's acknowledgement. Why is she ignoring you, and why doesn't it matter? When someone ignores you, it can feel like a personal attack. Doubts creep in, poking at your confidence. You replay every word, dissect every action, and wonder where you went wrong. But here's the truth. It's usually not about you. Modern relationships are complex. There are power plays and unspoken expectations. Maybe she's testing your patience, gauging your interest, or simply preoccupied with her own life. Or perhaps she's not as invested as you thought. Whatever the reason, it doesn't actually matter. The only thing that matters is how you respond. Waiting and checking your phone constantly gives her control over your emotions and time. This is where Stoicism becomes your ally. Stoicism teaches that while you can't control others, you can control how you react. Her silence is beyond your control. Your reaction isn't. Instead of overthinking, take a step back. Recognize her silence as something outside your influence. Don't waste energy trying to change it. Focus on what's within your control, your mindset and actions. Does her silence define your value? No, your worth isn't tied to someone else's attention or approval. Accept your emotions without letting them dominate you. It's okay to feel disappointed, but don't let it drive your actions. Redirect your energy. Pursue something meaningful. Read, work on your goals, or connect with friends. When your life has purpose, the silence of others loses its power. This isn't about playing games. It's about mastering yourself. When you stop chasing validation and live intentionally, you exude confidence. People notice when you remain unshaken by external events. Your inner peace becomes your strength. The question isn't why she's ignoring you. It's why you let it matter. Embrace Stoic principles and shift the focus from her to you. Stop waiting for a reply. Stop living a life that doesn't revolve around others' approval. This is your power, the choice to stay grounded and rise above the noise. Next time you're faced with silence, remember, it's not about her actions, but your reaction. And that is always within your control. What should you do when a woman ignores you? The first step is to understand a fundamental principle in Stoicism, the distinction between what you can control and what you cannot. You can't control her response, but you can control how you respond. So when she goes silent, don't chase. Do nothing. This doesn't mean ignoring her out of spite. It means understanding that her lack of response doesn't define you. It's about remaining unshaken by her behavior. By doing nothing, you take control back. You show that her actions won't affect your mood, your confidence, or your next move. When a woman goes silent, it might feel like you've lost control, but this is where your Stoic power begins. The only thing you can control is your emotional response, and that's all that matters. Most guys in this situation will feel desperate. They'll send a second message, or worse, an angry one, asking why she's not replying. But this reaction is the exact opposite of what Stoicism teaches. Stoicism is about maintaining composure and inner strength no matter what happens. It's about holding on to your dignity and showing that you don't need her validation. When you show that you're unaffected by her silence, she starts to wonder. She sees you as different from the rest. Imagine this. You've been texting her, everything seems great, and then suddenly, nothing. She ghosts you. The temptation to send another text asking what's going on is strong, but don't do it. Don't let her see your neediness. If she wants to ignore you, fine. You have your own life to live. When you don't respond with desperation, you show her you're different. You show that you are a man in control of his emotions. Think about the last time you were ghosted after a great conversation or date. Most guys would panic. They'd question what they did wrong. They'd send another message hoping to regain her attention. But what if instead you did nothing? What if you focused on yourself? You hit the gym, work on your goals, and let her silence be just that. Silence. Not only will her silence drive her crazy with curiosity, but it will also build your confidence. By doing nothing, you actually regain all the power. And if she doesn't reach out, so what? You've already moved on and, in the process, improved yourself. Number 1, focus on you, the Stoic path to self-mastery. The first step is simple. Redirect your focus back to yourself. This is one of the most crucial actions you can take. Instead of obsessing over her silence or waiting for a response, turn that energy inward. Her ignoring you is not a reason to spiral. It's a chance, a golden opportunity to improve your life in meaningful ways. This is your time to level up. Focus on strengthening your mind, body, and ambitions. Get serious about your health. Hit the gym. Push your limits and start making the progress you've been putting off. Tackle personal or professional goals that have been lingering in the background. Whether it's mastering a new skill or launching a project you're passionate about, now is the time to dive in. Engage with the activities that fuel you. Surround yourself with people who elevate you and who see you for who you truly are. The more you invest in your growth, the less you'll care about her silence. In fact, you'll realize it means very little in the grand scheme of things. The more you make yourself the priority, the more you'll see how attractive you become, not just to her, but to everyone around you. Women aren't drawn to men who chase after them desperately. They're attracted to those who are driven by their own mission, their own purpose, and their own path. Reflect on a time when you were fully immersed in a goal. Maybe you were crushing it at the gym, watching real progress unfold in your fitness journey, or working tirelessly to build a business, sacrificing everything to make your dreams a reality. Or perhaps you were mastering a new skill, improving bit by bit every day. During those times, waiting for texts or fretting over replies didn't even cross your mind. Your focus was on becoming the best version of yourself. That's the energy you need to bring to every relationship. When you prioritize yourself, your goals, and your happiness, it radiates from you. People sense it. They are drawn to it. And yes, she will wonder why you're not reacting, why you seem different, why you've suddenly become even more attractive. It's all because you made yourself the focus. You didn't wait for external validation. You took control of your own growth. And that shift in mindset is magnetic. Number 2, use reverse psychology. In the world of Stoicism, true strength comes not from reacting, but from remaining composed in the face of external stimuli. This is a principle that, when applied, transforms not just how we handle personal relationships, but how we navigate life itself. One of the most effective, yet often misunderstood tools in this regard is reverse psychology. It's a concept that you may have encountered in the context of dating or interpersonal dynamics, and while it's commonly misused, its power cannot be overstated when wielded with purpose and restraint. Here's the key. When someone withdraws their attention or stops responding to you, the common instinct is to chase after them, to seek validation, to press for answers. But that pursuit only hands them control over your emotions and behavior. Instead, the Stoic approach would be to do the opposite, not out of bitterness, but out of strength. When she ignores you, resist the temptation to pursue. Instead, you ignore her, not out of spite or to manipulate, but to show that her silence has no effect on you. The goal here isn't to play a game or prove a point. It's about demonstrating emotional independence. The moment you stop seeking her validation, the moment you show that her silence holds no power over you, something shifts. She begins to wonder why you're not chasing her. That question is key. The more you withdraw your emotional energy, the more the balance of power shifts in your favor, not by doing something manipulative, but by showing that you are not controlled by her actions or your own emotions. Think of it like this. You've sent a few texts, and she hasn't responded. You're tempted to send more, to ask her why she's ignoring you, to let your frustration show. But this is where Stoicism teaches us the art of detachment. Don't send another message. Don't get emotional. Do nothing. Let it go. Live your life without giving her any more energy. Post pictures of you out with friends, at the gym, or focus on your own goals, but do not reach out. Soon enough she will begin to wonder, why is he not chasing me? Did I lose him? Is he talking to someone else? Has he moved on? This is the moment where the power dynamic has shifted, when she eventually reaches out to you, and she will respond calmly with little emotional investment. Don't bring up her silence or question why she ignored you. Respond as if nothing happened. This simple act of emotional restraint is where the real power lies. You've shifted the entire dynamic in your favor without having to react to her actions. By not giving in to emotional impulses or external pressures, you demonstrate confidence, strength, and most importantly, control over yourself. In the end, it's not about who reaches out first or who texts the most. It's about who remains steady, grounded, and unaffected by the fluctuations of emotions or the whims of others. This is the essence of Stoic power, not manipulation, but mastery over your own reactions. And that's the real strength you need to thrive. Number 3, control your emotions. I'm not trying to jump to conclusions. Trying to think things through and come up with solutions helps mitigate Stoic subjects. If you want the Stoic approach warns against, what is the thing? You don't want to do that. When you let your emotions take over, you surrender control. She can sense your emotional instability, and that gives her the upper hand. This is exactly what the Stoic approach warns against. The Stoic response in such a situation is clear. Stay calm and composed. Don't let anything shake you. No matter what she's doing, you need to adopt a mindset of someone who is grounded, centered, and emotionally untouchable. This isn't about pretending you don't care. It's about genuinely refusing to let her actions dictate how you feel. When you master this level of emotional control, not only do you feel better, but you also become more attractive. People, especially women, are naturally drawn to those who exude calm confidence, those who aren't easily rattled by the minor disruptions that life throws at them. In the long run, calmness is power, and power is magnetic. Next time she ignores you, resist the urge to react emotionally or impulsively. Instead, take a deep breath, step back, and remind yourself, her actions do not define your worth. You are the one who decides how you feel, not her. Rather than stressing or replaying every conversation in your head, redirect your focus. Choose an activity that reinforces your sense of calm. Go for a run to release built-up frustration. Blast some music that makes you feel unstoppable. Dive into a project that's been demanding your attention and lose yourself in productive work. By doing this, you regain control. You shift the focus away from her and back to yourself. You show her that you're not at the mercy of her behavior. More importantly, you reinforce to yourself that you're in control of your own emotional experience. This kind of emotional control is magnetic. When she sees that you aren't affected by her ignoring you, she'll start to wonder why she doesn't have the impact she expected. That's when the power shifts, and you've gained the upper hand. Number 4, detach your emotions to find your peace. One of the most powerful moves you can make in life, especially in relationships, is detaching from the outcome. It's a classic Stoic principle. Don't let what happens outside of your control disturb your inner peace. Whether she responds to your message or not, whether she likes you or not, your sense of well-being remains unshaken. This is true power. When you stop depending on the outcome, you free yourself from the emotional highs and lows of dating. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care about her. It means you care more about your own peace of mind than you do about getting her approval or attention. This shift in mindset is critical for anyone seeking true control over their life and relationships. When you detach, you stop letting someone else's actions or inactions determine your happiness or self-worth. Instead of waiting for her to validate you, you validate yourself. You reclaim ownership of your emotions. You stop stressing over what she's thinking, why she hasn't responded, or what she might be doing instead of talking to you. You become calm and composed. You regain control over your own life. People, especially women, are drawn to those who don't desperately seek validation. They are attracted to those who respect themselves enough to not chase approval. When you detach from the outcome, you send a message that you are willing to walk away from any situation that doesn't serve your well-being. You stop acting out of neediness or anxiety, and in doing so, you naturally increase your value. Think back to a time when you were overly invested in the result of something, whether it was a job interview, a date, or even waiting for a simple text. The more you obsessed over how things would turn out, the more anxious you became. Your mind raced, you replayed scenarios, and you imagined the worst-case outcomes. Now, imagine letting all of that go. Imagine being completely fine with any outcome. Whether it's a rejection or success, it doesn't matter, because your happiness isn't tied to the approval or actions of others. That's Stoic detachment at its core. It's about accepting that whatever happens is meant to happen, and your peace does not depend on external forces. When you can let go of the outcome, whether she responds or not, you truly become free. You stop chasing, you stop seeking validation, and you stop letting someone else's actions determine how you feel. And freedom is magnetic. People are drawn to confidence, and confidence comes from knowing that you don't need anyone to validate your worth. Your happiness and stability come from within. At the end of the day, this is the essence of Stoicism. Your peace of mind is the only thing that's truly yours. When you detach from the outcome, you show the world and yourself that you don't need anything from anyone, and that is when you become most attractive. Finally, mastery over emotion. When a woman ignores you, most men panic, they chase, they overthink, they lose control. But not you, not anymore. Today, you're different. You have the mindset, the tools, and the understanding to turn the situation around. When she pulls away, it's not a setback. It's your chance to demonstrate something powerful. That's your chance. You don't react, you take command. Calm, confident, in control. This ability to remain steady in the face of uncertainty doesn't just make you more attractive, it also makes you more attractive. It boosts your confidence and helps you. Think about the men around you. How many of them lose themselves when they're ignored? How many spiral into doubt, becoming desperate for validation? Not you. You won't be that guy. You'll be the man who stays composed, who focuses inward and lets go of the need for constant approval. This goes beyond handling a woman's silence. It's about mastering yourself. When you master your emotions, you're no longer controlled by others' actions, opinions, or decisions. You are free. And that freedom? It's magnetic. Women notice it. People respect it. Most importantly, you feel it. From now on, don't just play the game of dating. Master it. Be the man, in control, always. If what you've read resonates with you, don't let this be just another moment you forget. Take action now. Join a community of men committed to mastering their emotions, their relationships, and ultimately their lives. The next time she ignores you, don't wait to start building yourself up. Start now. Start today. This isn't just dating advice. It's about becoming the man you were meant to be. The man who doesn't react, but takes control.